Engines roll, mountain air, red and white everywhere. From small town stops to big time takes, BirdGang talk, no breaks. Windows down, speakers bleed. Two brothers, one believe. We're shooting the breeze. Talking Arizona Cardinals loud and free. Every mile, every scene, RedSea pride on full display. Yeah. Shooting the breeze, no script, just passion unleashed. From the road to the mic. Yeah. This is RedSea life.
Hey, what's up, BirdGang?
What's up?
What's up? This is our first Shootin' the Breeze for this off season, and we want to talk about a coach because right now we want to kind of talk a little bit about the coach, who we're looking for as the RedSea Brothers, what we want as a coach.
Yeah.
We're only going to talk about the characteristics of a coach. We're not going to name any names. We're only talking about who we want characteristically. So, Mike, how are we feeling on the coach? Like,
first thing, I think we need a coach that can be able to do accountability, take accountability. It starts from the top. And from last coach, Jonathan Gannon, we loved you, dude. We thought you were good. I think you brought yourself and the culture into the clubhouse. I think the players really started to feed into it. And I think it just kind of needs to keep going on in that direction as far as in the clubhouse. But I think when it comes to press time and where I felt like the Arizona Cardinal fans were failed, I felt like I was failed. I was upset every time. We kept talking about failing on all three phases. We kept talking, there was never any accountability on the head coaches, and never of the coaching staff. And I get it that he doesn't want to, but like I said, it starts from the coaching staff, and we need somebody that will be held accountable in those schemes, and that he should hold himself accountable. It just never really did, and I don't know. That's just kind of my opinion on that, Chris.
Also, I think adding on to the accountability is adjustments. You're doing adjustments is huge, and I feel like Jonathan Gannon didn't, or the front staff, whoever, didn't make the correct adjustments after second half when we were getting our butts kicked to try to come back in the game. Normally, we would see an adjustment made that would be the right adjustment to keep us competitive.
Yeah.
This year, it was a total flop. Over and over and over was the same rinse and repeat. And then, like Mike said, the same exact answer. All three phases failed. All three phases failed. There were no adjustments. There were no accountability.
Yeah, there was nothing saying, hey, well, we understand we didn't do it on this phase, but you know what? We're going to try and do it. There was nothing. We were kind of kept in the dark, and that's kind of what I think was upset with us, huh?
Yeah, it was just kind of dead in the water for that. So another thing for a coach is, we're looking for a coach that's been in it before, that's been with a winning franchise, that knows how to turn this thing around. Because right now, we are at rock bottom. In 2023, we thought we were already at rock bottom. Apparently, you can go deeper than that, and that was last season. So I hope we've done all the negative that we can do, and now it's all about climbing back up to being positive. And, that's kind of what's it for coaches. Anything else you want to add to the coach?
Yeah, I also want to have a coach that, like you said, has been through before, but also has dealt with a lead quarterback that knows what to do when we get some quarterbacks in the room. He knows how to do it. I also want, and now we ask, and I'm not saying, but we think, this is just our thoughts, maybe you can go ahead and put in your comments below what you think, but we would like somebody who's offensive-minded. Okay, we need somebody that's offensive-minded. We don't need a defensive-minded coach. We need an offensive-minded coach. I believe we got to get out there. That's my opinion. But I don't know about your opinion, what you think.
Yeah, I think if we did have an offensive-minded coach, we could really crank up our weapons. We have some really, really good talent. I mean, Trey McBride, there's a ton of
We
talent.
got Wilson just got back into it. We can
Michael
go ahead
Wilson's
and
a
get MHJ. We can get those. I mean, once we get these guys dialed in, and maybe we can get our hands in the draft, a really good running back, somebody who's big.
I want
that
Jeremiah
can go up
Love.
with Jeremiah Love, yeah. But with Trey Benson, because I still believe in Benson.
Yeah,
I still
100%.
believe in Benson. I still believe in that side. I don't know about James Conner and where he's going and where we might need his replacement, but we don't know where he's at and how he's feeling. That's just a personal body thing. But yeah, I mean, as far as the coach is at, and I don't want to kind of beat the dead horse, but
yeah, I think just accountability, adjustments, the right attitude, a winning mind, an offensive mind. Is there anything else that that's what we talked about so far?
Yeah, and also somebody that that can split up not only the head coaching, but also can get us an offensive coordinator, that can get us a defensive coordinator, that can get us a quarterbacks coach. We want a coach that can hire a staff that can fill all these voids and holes. And we also need a head coach that's going to focus with Monty and with Michael, that's going to go ahead into this next draft and to be able to go ahead and shore up that line and to figure out our quarterback situation. That is the biggest thing we need to do.
Yeah, I think definitely he needs to implement a plan immediately. As soon as he gets there, implements that plan that he has and gets the right crew in the door and starts working on our team right now, we need a quick flip.
Yep.
And I honestly think we have the tools, and I think it seems like a rebuild right now, but it could be a retool if we get the right quarterback at the helm. I mean, Kyler Murray's still up in the air. You never know what kind of opportunities we still have. What if we keep K1, take the money hit, which would really suck, but then you end up using him as a backup, and then we have another quarterback or have him learn behind Kyle. I don't know. Honestly, I think we should trade him for an asset, right? Trade him for an asset.
I think we should trade him for an asset.
At this point, sorry, Kyler, I loved you, man, but we got to move on at this point. I think he's ready to move on as well, and I'm rooting for him wherever he goes. I hope you go to baseball.
Yeah, we hope you go to baseball.
Anyways, we'll talk about more of the quarterback on our next Shootin' the Breeze. This is all about the coach, so I hope we get the coach that marks all the check marks that we just talked about. All right, and that's going to end our Shootin' the Breeze. Hope you guys like the ride. We're cruising on our scooters back home. We'll see ya.
All right, we'll see you back. Peace.
Turn it up, let it ride.